Good afternoon, evening, or morning, everyone, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to this week's Tuesday Tune-Up. I'm TM Christensen, and I'm so thankful to be sharing this time with you. Thank you for joining in, be it either live or in the replay. And if you have not already hit the subscribe button down below, please go ahead and do so that you will always know when we're going live here on my YouTube channel with Tuesday Tune-Ups or whatever special offerings might be coming up, because there is some exciting things that are happening. There are some exciting things that are coming up in this year. And I would love to know where you're tuning in from. So if in the comments section down below, if you would type in, where are you in this beautiful world that we live in? I am in Western Massachusetts in a very small town, and it is a beautiful New England, snowy, wintry day. And there's this beautiful church right across the street from me that was built in the 1800s. And the front side of the church is uplit with these beautiful lights. And so in these dark nights when the snow is flurrying down and I look out my windows, I feel like Jimmy Stewart should be living right down the street, and we might be bumping into each other in a It's a Wonderful Life, doing some caroling or something together. It's that kind of New England small town right out of a Charles Dickens novel. So wherever you are in the world, I'd love to know, and I hope that you are having a most spectacular experience where you are. Today's Tuesday Tune Up is going to be a little different. This is going to be an extended, quiet, meditative, guided meditation to really support you in being able to connect with your truest life's dream, so that when you can feel that in your body, so that when you do feel it in your body, everything about you energetically is emanating and connected with that vision, with that dream. I've been talking a lot in the last month and a half about declarations and getting clear on your vision and how do you connect with your dream. So feel free to check out some of the previous Tuesday tune-ups. And tonight I thought, and what was I was being guided to do, is take you on a journey so that you can really see the future and what happens when you are super connected to those dreams, and what the future holds for you, and what that future will feel like, what it'll smell like, what it'll taste like, what you'll hear. And so we're going to do that tonight, and you can come back to this guided episode, this segment, anytime you would like to ground into your vision and feel it in your bones. Because when we feel it in our body, that's when we're really grounded in what we do want, and our senses are peaked, so that all of the opportunities that the universe is putting in front of us, that we can see them, we can hear them, we can connect with them, and we can take action with those opportunities to create what we do want to create. So that's what's going on today. If you are in a position that you're able to join us now live, where you can sit back in your chair and close your eyes and have them closed and be in a relaxed state and receive the energy transmission and be on this guided journey that I'm going to walk you through, fantastic. If you're in motion or driving or walking somewhere, feel free to keep listening. And I invite you to come back, and when you do have some time, and dive deep into this guidance, so that you can really pull these images forward and be very connected with this. And I will invite you to, at the end, to make sure that you take some time to journal what came up for you. Go ahead and grab that journal at the end, or some paper or whatever might be handy, and just write out what came up for you so that you can go back to it. When we give what comes up for us, what we see, what we hear, what we're thinking, a place to live in written form, there's magic in that. When we write in cursive, in script, the connection of the loops and the way that those letters come together, there's actually magic in that. We're in the flow, in the energy of that word. And there's also sacred geometry happening in some of those letters, and as they all connect together. So that's why I often recommend journaling after these kinds of times together, and any time in life when you really want to explore something. So, how about we dig in? If you are able to do so and close your eyes and sit on back, whew, just let the day, the evening, just let that melt away from you. Everything, all the get tos, all the to dos, the task lists, the running around, it's all on pause. Anytime you come back to this recording, everything will wait because that's just how it works. You have entered a sacred circle, a sacred time for yourself. And we are inviting in your guides, angels, all the light beings who are with each and every one of you, be it live or in the replay, to join us, to support us in holding this circle. All the way into the future, there is no end. And in this present moment, really being in that space of receiving. So go ahead and close your eyes. And we're going to start with our 3 deep breaths. We'll breathe in as deep as we can through our nose. We'll hold the breath at the moment at the top, and then we will exhale for a count of 4. So let's go ahead and breathe that first breath in now, nice and deep. And holding and exhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Breathing in again as deep as you can through the nose. And holding and exhaling for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's breathe in together one more time, nice and deep as you can. Breathing in, breathing in, breathing in. And holding that breath. And exhaling gently for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. I invite you to keep your eyes closed as we go on this journey together, allowing the Reiki energy to come in and support you. And what I'm seeing is this beautiful cushiony um, sofa seat coming in and sort of scooping you up and holding you so that you can fully relax and be in the present moment, receiving whatever is due to come up for you today, and having the Reiki energy come through. And it's coming in and greeting each of your chakra points all at the same time. So the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the hara, and the root, coming in all at the same time to balance those chakras, to energize them as we move into this journey. And so I invite you to call to mind a beautiful wandering path. And for some of you, what's coming up is that this wandering path is actually a wandering waterway, a stream of some sort, something that's winding its way to some place bigger and larger. I'm also seeing a rainbow energy. So for some of you, it may be that a rainbow bridge has appeared and it's a rainbow pathway. I'm also seeing the Bifrost, Nordic tradition that we know so well from Thor and the Marvel. But the Bifrost is also appearing. So connection to the galactic, our galactic brothers and sisters, the connection to dimensions other than what we are here present in, as well as Mother Gaia and nature. So whatever is coming up for you is exactly perfect. And now having that pathway, that winding pathway, just taking your first steps with your right foot forward, and then your left, and then your right, then your left again. Moving ever so gently down this pathway. For some of you, it's not a step. For some of you, it's a row, rowing your way along the waterway and allowing yourself to drift easily and smoothly in this beautiful rocking motion in the waters as they caress you and take you along. And what do you see around you? Taking in the light of the day or the light of the night. Is the sun up? Is the moon out? Are the stars twinkling? Is it twilight? Or is it just before sunrise? In those magical in between moments? Or are you in the bright of day? And if you are under moonlight, what phase of the moon is above you? And just soaking all of this in. And then let us tune into what we hear, what we're hearing on this journey as we continue to move along this pathway. And if you're in the cosmos somewhere, on the Bifrost, or on a rainbow bridge, what is around you? What are you hearing? If you're on a waterway or on a forested pathway, are you hearing the creatures of the earth? And if you're out in the cosmos, the sounds of space, what are they for you? Are there voices in the distance? Is there a song on the wind? Musical notes? Maybe a buzzing in your ears. I call that angel radio. Frequency coming through that is my invitation to slow down and listen. So now moving into, what do you smell as you're moving along this pathway? Is there the smell of food of some kind, or florals, or the smell of the woods, or something along the riverway? If you're out in the cosmos, what do you smell out there along the Bifrost or the Rainbow Bridge? And breathing in deep and letting that breath fill your diaphragm and your belly as well as your lungs. And maybe there's an odor that's coming through for you that seems a little mismatched, if you will, from the scenery around you. And you may trust that it's exactly perfect, because there is no such thing as mismatching when we are receiving intuitive guidance. So if you are in the middle of a beautiful stream, headed out somewhere in the jungle area, or maybe you're in the Nile of the desert, or you're in a forested area, and perhaps you're smelling the strong scent of jasmine or cherry blossoms or rose. And that may not be what your mind would expect. However, there's a message for you within that scent. And whatever you connect that scent with. So let us receive that. And now let us go ahead and see what we can touch. Even in your hands now, if they're open, palms facing up on your lap, or if they're on the arms of a chair of some kind, like what are you feeling? And even if there's nothing, quote unquote, in the palms of your hands, what are you feeling? What is the sensation that you're having? Is there something in the scenery that's around you as you're moving along this pathway that you can reach out and touch and receive that sensation in the physical body? And now there's one more sense that we're going to connect with here. One of our main senses is that of taste. Is there something around you in your scenery that has appeared that you can either drink or eat or take a bite of? I saw Wonka a couple of weeks ago, and so um, I'm getting this big boost of that scene when in Wonka and in Willy Wonka, where they're in the shop, and in Willy Wonka in the factory, and everybody stumbles in and they're like, "Oh my goodness, we can eat everything!" And the teacups that look like flowers, drinking out of them, biting into them. So, is there something that has appeared to you, or maybe it's just a little vial of liquid that has appeared in your perimeter, in your vantage point, and you feel that to reach out and grab it is what gets to happen, and to take a taste. Is it spicy? Is it sweet? Is it salty? What are the flavors that wash through your physical body as you experience the environment around you? With our 5 major senses activated, go ahead and look forward and notice that this winding path that you have been traveling on is opening. It's reaching an opening. And whatever that opening is, there's a bright light there. So, however that opening is appearing to you, and as we're approaching it, and you get ready to enter this opening, you begin to realize that it's actually a portal. It's an entry and exit point. And as we move through this portal, this opening, we've now arrived into your not too distant future. And notice what's around you. The sounds, are they different? How are they different? What are you seeing? Who are you seeing around you? What are you smelling? Is there something that you're tasting right now that's different than what you were tasting before? Is there something that you can feel, the sensation of touch within your hands that you weren't feeling before? Checking in with the physical body in this time and space while you are experiencing your future. In the, and with your eyes wide open, taking a look around to experience what's around you. Again, what are you seeing? Who is with you? Maybe taking a look downward onto the physical body in this future. What are you wearing? Are you at home or are you out? And wherever you are, if you're at home, taking a look around you. And is this the home that you are in right now? Or is this something that has shifted and changed that represents your dream life? And if you are outside of the home, are you at a place of business or are you outside somewhere? What are you doing? And what do you see around you in this dream life? I'm getting lots of flashes of imagery. So, uh, for some of you, it might be a park. I'm hearing the laughter of playing children, young children. Maybe there are toddlers that are meant to be in your future that are forthcoming. I'm hearing the hustle and bustle of a large city. I'm hearing the sounds of airplanes moving about. Maybe for you, it's about travel and adventure and what gets to happen in this next year and where you get to go and how that supports you in creating your dream. And I'm hearing lots of birds singing. So perhaps this is, maybe you've made a declaration to be outside more often, to get movement on a consistent basis out of doors, outside. And is that happening for you now? And as this future continues to unfold, I invite you to notice that the future you is standing just off in the distance. So now that you've connected with your own physicalness in this time and space, seeing your future self just up in front of you. Go ahead and walk up to your future self. Maybe there's a hug, a greeting of some kind, where you come together. And notice that your future self is inviting you to actually step into your shoes in the future. So go ahead and do that. Just slip your feet right into that future self shoes and move your body into that future self as if you're putting on a jacket and a new pair of shoes and a pair of gloves. And before you know it, every breath that you're taking is with your future self's lungs. Everything that you're seeing is even clearer than it was a few moments ago because you are seeing it through the eyes of your future self. What you're hearing has a new depth of clarity to it because you are hearing through the ears of your future self. And the knowing of what has unfolded and where you have gone and how you have gotten there to create your dream life, all of that information is being downloaded and transmitted to you by your future self because that's who you are right now. And you are literally taking that transmission and we are embodying it. And as we continue to move through this meditation, it will integrate into who you are so that you can bring it back with you in the present time and space. So I'm giving you a few moments to be in this experience of your future. What does it hold for you? And really integrating and receiving that transmission. Now taking in the last moments of that transmission, and then go ahead and literally step out of your future self. Just step right backwards out of your future self and notice that your future self turns around to greet you again. And maybe there are some last words of wisdom, something to impart a message, a gift of some kind, a little whisper of encouragement or a hint. And as you turn around and begin to take a few steps to leave this space, notice that however you arrived is waiting for you. So if you arrived in a boat or on a pathway or in some other mode of transformation or transportation, that is waiting for you. And as you begin to either walk down the path or row your way down the path, as you begin your journey, that wide opening, bright light is just right in front of you again. And perhaps you take one more look behind your shoulder at your future self to give a wave of gratitude, knowing in this moment, realizing that you and he or you and she are one. That this future that's in the not too distant future is simply waiting for you to catch up in time and space. Knowing that if there's anything you'd like to tweak or change, you can do so. Moving back through that beautiful portal opening, the entry and exit point, that beautiful opening of light, finding yourself back on that path that we began our journey on, winding our way back to the starting point. Notice how you're feeling now, what's around you, what's coming up for you. Maybe some laughter or even tears, tears of joy, tears of relief, just a release of energy, which is so important. Tears have many, many, many meanings. And all of a sudden, the end of the path is there. And you can either, whatever you've been traveling in, you can leave that on the shore or park it someplace. Or if you've been walking, notice that however you've come to the end, there's a doorway. And before you enter the doorway, I invite you to look above the door to see if there is anything written. One more message before we exit this time together. And notice if it's a language that may not be your home language. And notice that you can read it very easily and understand everything that is being said, even if your conscious mind is saying, I don't know what that is. As we put our hand on the handle of the door or the latch or the gate or whatever's in front of you, and we open it, and as we step through, we step back into the current time and space, beginning to feel the body of the physical body around that holds our soul, the chair or the cushion that we're sitting upon, connecting with the sounds and the energy of the space that you're in physical time. And I invite you to wiggle your toes and your fingers, and let's take a deep breath in, as deep as we can, and exhale out with some noise, with some sound. feeling the physicality of your body. And if it supports you to rub your hands together and then place them over your eyes, you can slowly and gently open your eyes, allowing them to adjust to the light of the room. Maybe blinking a little bit, picking a spot on the wall in front of you, and just allowing your eyes to focus on that dot for a moment as you come back and land back into this time and space in this physical body. All right, my loves. This is this week's Tuesday tune-up. So those of you who are here, I would love to know what came up for you. Go ahead and pop a comment in the comment section down below and let me know. What did you see? What was your future? And what I'm really curious about is, what is the golden nugget that you walked away with? What is one thing that you can put into action, into motion right now that maybe you didn't know before to support you in getting to that future? I'm going to give it a moment for those of you who are here live to see if there's anything you'd like to share, or if there's any coaching that I can support you with. And again, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go ahead and do so down below. Just hit that subscribe button. It really does support and allows me to do many different things on this platform and bring you many different kinds of experiences. And this is what Tuesday Tune-Up is all about. Here to support you in connecting with your senses, to feel your intuition, your inner guidance, to really embody it and feel it in your bones so that you can go out into this beautiful world and have unshakable confidence, making decisions, creating what you truly want in this life so that you can heal the past and create that trauma-free legacy, or as I like to say, the trauma-free dynasty that we are all called to do so that we can make this world a better place. All right. Please feel free to reach out to me at tiadreamsculptinginstitute.com with any questions or any shares that maybe you're feeling a little shy about sharing here live. Otherwise, I will catch you in the replay. Please leave a comment. I love being in conversation with you. And I am wishing you a beautiful rest of your day and evening. And I look forward to being with you on our next Tuesday tune-up. And I am loving you passionately. Mwah.